I feel like a cold breeze blowing on my neck. Don't let the ghosts get you. It is believed certain locations attract the spirits of those who once walked the earth. The Sumerwind Mansion happens to be one of these locations. Many strange occurrences have been recorded here, including voices of the dead. Once owned by former United States Secretary of Commerce Robert Lamont, this Victorian mansion now lays in ruins. In this week's sightseeing adventure, we explore the ruins and examine the mysteries involving the Sumerwind Mansion. Beware, some of what you're about to see and hear includes phenomena for which I cannot provide reasonable assurances to the nature of its origins. All I can say is that the experiences, supernatural or not, seemed real to all who witnessed it. Hey sightseers, you'll never guess what we're doing tonight. We are sitting in on a ghost hunting exploration with Fox Valley Ghost Hunters, and behind me is the remains of the Sumerwind Mansion, which is supposedly one of the most haunted places here in Wisconsin. So I am super excited. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I happen to follow on Facebook a group that is associated with the people here, and occasionally they offer evenings where you can come and ghost hunt with them. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I have no idea what to expect. Not sure what kind of video footage I'll get because, of course, they're going to be breaking out the ghost hunting equipment when it gets dark. But I'll have the recorder on, so hopefully we'll get some good audio footage, if nothing else. I thought since we had some time to spare before it gets dark that we'd take a walk around the ruins, get a lay of the land so you could get a feel for what is left here, for what's left of the Lamont Mansion, or as it's better known, the Sumerwind Mansion. Looks like an old radiator, probably out of the house, or from way back when. That's how they heated these old houses. And since this place is reported to have had so many weird experiences, I was hoping to catch a shadow man on camera. Of course, somebody was here spray painting graffiti on. If you want to see video footage of an actual shadow man, check out the vid I did of the abandoned ghost ship. I'll link that video for you here and in the description box below. I think it'd be interesting to take a metal detector around, especially down in here, and see what kind of things would come up, kind of hits you get. See if maybe there's some lost gold, lost treasure. Another old radiator. You can see how Mother Nature is growing up, taking back everything. Looks like some old piping. I really want you to take note how thick and grown up it is with the pine trees and other plant matter, because that'll become important later on in the video. I wonder how many people have tried crawling into this space. So if you look behind me, you can see the neighbors. So this mansion, or the remains of this mansion, is not on some huge spread like the novitiate down in Gresham, Wisconsin. If you decide to come out here, make sure you have permission, because I'm pretty sure the neighbors will be noticing you wandering around on the property. See what I mean? They got a huge cabin, but that's not why we're here. We're supposed to be looking at the Sumerwind Mansion, which is right over here. It's just the foundation. Check out the old stones in there, how they built that. An old bathtub that was in the house, along with, again, the piping. The whole thing is pretty much caved in. I imagine at one point you were able to look out over the lake, but since everything's all grown up, you can't see out to the lake very clearly. So this is a view looking down on the lake, right out there. The sun is setting behind me, so we've got that perfect sunlight. I think they call it golden hour, where it just casts the right hue, the right tone. Makes everything look like it's on fire. I was doing some reading up on this place beforehand, but I found out after I got here that a lot of the information online is incorrect. So we're going to get firsthand the correct information, which is cool because, of course, I don't want to be spreading misinformation if I can help it. But over here is more footage of the ruins. I do know that there was a fire. That I can confirm as being a true story, is that the building had been in abandoned state for a while and then burnt down. How it burnt down is questionable because there are differing theories on what started the fire, but we'll get into more of that later. The moss is just growing up on the stones as Mother Nature takes back, like she does with everything. There's been some talk of renovating what's left of Sumerwind and turning it into a bed and breakfast. I want to know, what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea with all the haunted activity reported here? Let me know in the comments section below. So we're going to go over and sit by the fire and get the backstory, the history of this place. It's my understanding that the group has some inside information about what really happened here. And so I think it's best if we hear it from them.
So Sumerwind originally was Lilac Hills. Back in 1912 was actually Lilac Hills. It was a resort, a fishing lodge, where you could come in off the lake, and it was $5 to stay the night. So in 1916, somebody had purchased it. His name was Robert Lamont, and he purchased the property and added on to it. Servants kept telling him they would see ghosts. So one day while he's sitting down having dinner, he sees a ghost walk through the foyer doors. So he pulls out his black powder pistol and fired 3 shots at the ghost, of course hitting nothing. The bullet holes actually remained in the doors of Sumerwind all the way up to when it burned down. They were still there. Robert Lamont was done after that. He fled the place. So the Hinshaw family picked it up in the 70s. When they got the mansion, they were looking around in the mansion, found a crawl space behind one of the walls, but they couldn't fit in there. So they sent their youngest daughter, April, into the crawl space to see what was there. When she went into the crawl space, there was a corpse that was with hair still dangling off the skull instead of the crawl space. She came out screaming. She was only like 8 years old. The corpse was never reported to the police. Later, on return to that crawl space, the corpse was gone. We don't know if that's legit or not because there was never any proof to that. The Hinshaws had some issues. When they wanted to renovate the house, the workers that came onto the property would leave because they didn't want to stay. They were scared. Windows would open and close on their own, so they had to nail some of them shut. When the workers measured a room, the next day it was a different dimension. They'd hear voices and see shadows and stuff, and lights would flicker on and off in the house. After all that happened, they said, nope, we're done. We're getting the hell out of here. So they left the property. In 1980, Summer Wind appeared in Top 10 Most Haunted Houses. Myrtle Plantation was in there too. On the front cover of Time Life was Walter Cronkite. So after that story hit the Time Life magazine, this whole place was flocked with tourists and stuff, everybody from all over. They broke all the windows out, they demolished the inside and stuff. In 1988, on Father's Day, it started on fire. Now, if you read the articles, it says lightning started it on fire. Supposedly lightning struck the building twice and it burned to the ground. Lightning did not strike the building twice. I know the truth. Is there anybody down here with us tonight? I got a REM pod way back there. It's got a red light on it. If you touch it, it will go up. If you're down here, not you. If you're down here, you can make a loud noise. Can you break a branch? Bang on something metal in the foundation?
I feel like a cold breeze blowing on my neck.
There is a breeze coming from that way.
Yeah.
What was that? Someone just made a noise? I heard a noise.
I heard that too.
Like a girl, maybe.
Yeah, someone outside the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So has anybody died here that you know of?
Not that I can confirm.
There's something moving out here. Who's out here?
Sounded like it was down right down there.
It sounded like it was part of one pod.
So I'm gonna run a ghost box right now. Everybody knows what a ghost box is or no?
No.
A ghost box is well, mine's a pranks box, and I just heard today that the guy that made this just passed away. A pranks box is basically a radio purchased from Radio Shack that is modified to scan radio stations at a millisecond per radio station. So there are voices that come here that give us direct responses and answers to. If I say something, if I ask them for a number, like last night, they would give us numbers on here. A lot of people will question it, saying it's a radio station. However, I got a voice on here that said, "Little girl dead is your friend." Now, because it went through "Little girl dead is your friend" and it scans a millisecond per radio station, you'd have to have the same DJ on 50 channels for you to get that whole sentence. So we know it wasn't the radio. You will possibly hear some radio stations come through here, so something that you can detect. I've been doing this for 10 years, so I can detect the voices. Kevin can probably detect some of the voices. A lot of times we'll ask a question and they'll tell us to off, so you know that's not the radio too.
Yeah, they can't say that, can
No.
they?
Mm-mm. Hello. Who's here?
Who's dead? You guys are good tonight. Thanks. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was so loud.
What's one of our names? Tons of people just said. What do you want to eat tonight? Who died here? Something killed. Who died here?
Big K2 hit there.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Are you touching Kevin's K2? If everybody has a phone on there, though, it will go off.
It hasn't until just now.
Huh, weird.
Anybody get a message lately?
No.
In like a text message?
Yeah.
No.
Who's been touching my K2? What's your name? Frank? Twice?
So what do I make of all that? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. There were some points where we heard words, actual words that were too clear to be just radio stations coming through. And then, then there was other points where I was kind of like, are you sure that's what's being said? But I don't know. And then there was also a point where I felt a couple of times cool breezes when it's a totally still out there. There's no wind tonight, and all of a sudden you just feel this cool air on the back of your neck, and just kind of odd. Definitely one of the more weird experiences I've had in a while. Anyways.